name. Do that.
I'm sorry.
How are you guys all doing? Welcome to the channel. I'm Ty Smith, and you're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day to view my content. Make sure that if you are following me, that you're following me on all the platforms you see above and the ones below, and hitting this like button right here is how my content can consistently be recommended to you. Also, when you do subscribe, and double check to make sure you are, make sure that bell notification is clicked. That way you can be notified when I post a video. So, ladies and gentlemen, I have to bring this to you guys' attention because we know that we're in the last stretch of everything that's going on right now. And guys, when I told you guys that they were doing like psychological psyops, that whoever rules the TV pretty much can rule the world in the minds of a lot of people who don't have the mental capacity to see through a lot of the bull crap, I told you guys before in times past that whenever I say, I would teach my youth this, I say, it's television. It's television. It's telling you how to vision. And it's ironic that we call these things channels. So when people want to get in touch with certain spirits, they channel these spirits. And then if you watch a certain thing, you know they used to call these programs. So you're being programmed. Okay? Just giving y'all a little bit of a setup. The reason why I say this, ladies and gentlemen, is because this is something that has been in play, been around for a long time. I showed you guys how Kamala Harris has the rhetoric, the narrative of bringing in communism. People have praised her for it. The phrases she's saying, looking forward, not going back. I told you guys how that stuff is things of communist phrases. They chant those things. They say those things. They pray on those things. This is what they do. Check this out.
And we are not going back. America is ready for a new way forward.
We are not going back. We together will chart a new way forward.
We're not going back. Together we'll move forward.
Now, this is from the Communist Party USA website where a Rosa Cameron wrote these words that became very popular. And check out what she has to say.
That's how we communists work. This is how you build that movement that's going to be the massive movement that we need to topple capitalism.
This is literally the playbook of Karl Marx. It was for the so-called commoners or the poor people, the farm, to overthrow the bourgeois, or those that actually made their money through capitalism. And a lot of y'all don't even see this. That literal phrase that she used right there is literally what Kamala Harris is pushing big time today. But people refuse, not that they refuse to see it, but after this video and me showing you what she's saying, you still will refuse to see it. I told you, when they say these certain words and these certain phrases and things like that, you need to ask yourself, where's it coming from? And now, although I make fun of her with her unburdened by what has been, that actually comes from a rooted place of evil as well that y'all don't know about. But that's not the focus right now. The focus is there's no denying that she keeps on saying this phrase, and we've seen that that phrase is coming literally from the communists who is pushing a huge Marxist ideology that they've been doing for the past 3.5 years that a lot of people are just refusing to say. Some of y'all, I get it. You might be ignorant to it and don't know about things like this. I get it. But after this, you think it's just a coinky-dink.
All together.
Together we'll move forward.
Chicago has produced more outstanding communist leaders maybe than any other place around.
Okay? Now, it's amazing that the clips that I'm about to show you, just give you a little bit of a detail. Check it out.
If you don't want to be compared to those people in history, don't steal their lines. Don't say you admire them. You know, if you don't want to be called a fascist, don't convert a normal governing political party into a one-man cult of personality and then say all elections are rigged and the country used to be great, but now it's been humiliated and brought low because of an enemy within, and we're going to have to use force and violence against that enemy and terminate parts of the Constitution to get them, right? If you don't want to be compared to the folks who held rallies like that in 1939, don't hold rallies like that. If you don't want to be called a fascist, stop constantly acting out the dictionary definition of fascist. And then we'll all agree we won't use that F word anymore.
Kamala Harris was asked at a CNN town hall tonight if she believes Donald Trump is a fascist.
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
All of this is further evidence for the American people of who Donald Trump really is. This is a window into who Donald Trump really is. From the people who know him best, from the people who worked with him side by side in the Oval Office and in the Situation Room. And it is clear from John Kelly's words that Donald Trump is someone who, I quote, certainly falls into the general definition of fascist.
Now, it's interesting that you heard all that. You saw that. We seen that she tried to compare him to Adolf Hitler. We all know the rhetoric they're pushing. Because in my opinion, they're losing bad. If they weren't, they wouldn't be so desperate. Okay? Now, isn't it ironic that they want to keep trying to call Trump a fascist, but then something way back from 1943 just gave the game plan away? Check it out.
In 1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States. It read, "When certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable buildups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerance organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind."
You think that's by coincidence? You don't think that a lot of people, the powers that be, don't use these same tactics? Just think that was back in 1943 when that was being released. Not the video per se, but the concept. Hitler himself said, if you control the music and media, you control the masses. So imagine that's what they said back then when they only a select people had televisions, right? Then everybody has TVs now, right? Almost everybody, whether you are poor or rich, has these phones. These are not even phones. These are computers. They have a phone app in it. I don't know why we even call these cell phones. We should call these mobile computers. That's what they should call them. Let's call them MCs. They're mobile computers that have a phone app in it. Y'all never thought about it that way, did you? The point in that is what I'm saying is this. If they barely had that then, they still had the whole concept of what TV can do. Imagine how it is now where you got a TV in your room, you have a computer in your room, you have a computer in your hand. You're constantly looking at channels per se. Like when people say you got a YouTube channel, I don't even like that. I hate it. It's just that's the word that we have all come accustomed to because it's a social construct. But I can ask you, whatever it is that you're watching on television, what is it telling you to vision? And whatever it is that you're watching on the program, what is it programming you to think? I can tell you right now, based off a lot of stuff that happened in these past 3.5 years, I know what a lot of this TV has programmed a lot of you to think. It comes out of your mouth. It free flows out of your mouth. You don't even give thought to it. You're calling people things that they are not. You're taught to respond. You're taught to say things. But one thing that you're not being taught to do is think and have common sense. It's gone out the window for a lot of you folks. No common sense, just complete program is what you are. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of this video right here that was from way back when. Was it truthful? Do you think it was all just fake? Do you think it's all just crazy stuff that I'm spreading right now? Do you think it's conspiracy? Whatever the case may be, I want to hear from you guys in the comment section, okay? Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, do what you see in that cloud right there. If you would, please, I would greatly appreciate it. If you would like to see the next video that I'm going to do tonight, it may not be one, I don't know, but it would be in chronological order up here. Things that I do as a variety on this channel will be down here. I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.